This was discussed yesterday. So also what is dilution? Alpha, what is dilution? Hmm.
When something is added to an acid or a base.
Mm-hmm. When something is added to an acid?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It becomes
That is dilution, right? Excellent. So I can
dilute.
add mud or sand to an acid, and that is when it is dilution, right? I can add alcohol. That is when it is dilution, right? I can add H2SO4 to acid. That is when it is dilution. Okay. I can add sodium hydroxide to acid. That is when it is dilution. Yes. Not providing. Simple addition of water that decreases the concentration of the H plus ions per ml of the acid or the solution mixture, aqueous acid, is called as dilution. Simple. How can we add anything to it and the concentration will decrease? Saad, what will be the effect of dilution on the pH value? What will be the effect of dilution on the pH value? What will be the effect of the dilution on the pH value? Both of you. Hmm. Yes. What is my question? Are you there in the class? Not interested, huh? Fine. Moving on to the next.
Yes, ma'am, I'm in the class.
Sad, my question is, what will be the effect of dilution on the pH value?
The pH will change.
Yeah. Towards, will it increase or will it decrease?
pH
Obviously,
will
the
change.
pH, yes, definitely the pH will change. But in what manner will it change?
Dilution will.
In acidic, the pH value will decrease, and in the base, the pH value will increase.
Hmm. Sad, is that right? Whatever Alpha said?
Yes, ma'am.
But so what is the problem, huh? Dilution means what? Concentration of H plus ions is decreasing overall, right? Yes or no? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
When H plus ions is decreasing, acidic character will increase or will it decrease?
It will decrease.
It will decrease. If the acidic character is decreasing, what will happen to the
It will
pH value?
increase. The pH will
pH will
increase.
increase. Simple. What was your answer, Alpha, before? Huh?
That
For
is
basic,
what
it will.
this is. Yeah, this is what I said. Before also
For
I said acid and base, both I said.
and if I'm diluting the base,
The the pH value will increase, and hydroxide ion. Yeah, the pH value will increase in
it
base.
will decrease, beta. It will decrease. Opposite. Dilution is reverse. Anyhow, come on to the next topic. Yes. So we have to know the pH here. I'll just be telling you the pH values. I'll just be telling you the pH values. You can know the pH paper color. Okay. So saliva before meal. Always know that saliva is a bit acidic. And why is it? What is the purpose of saliva being acidic? Because first of all, it's the first mechanism, like first defense mechanism. Okay. It is very useful in the digestive system, the initiating of the digestive system. Okay. Digestive processes. Therefore, saliva has to be a bit acidic. Now, how much acidic is saliva? Around the pH value is around 6.2. Okay, this is in general around 6.2. Okay, now what happens when we eat a meal? Okay, when we take a meal, so after taking a meal, our saliva becomes slightly more acidic. The saliva becomes slightly more acidic. Okay, if the saliva becomes more acidic, what will happen to the pH value? Will it decrease or will it increase?
It'll decrease.
it will decrease. Therefore, it becomes less than or around 5.5. 5.5. Okay. You can clearly see the shift from 6.2 to 5.5. Next point. Lemon juice. What will be the value, pH value of the lemon juice? To be very specific, it is 2.2. We also saw that yesterday.
2.2.
We had that, I think. See, lemon juice 2.2. Okay. Lemon juice 2.2. Colorless aerated drinks. What is an aerated drink? Cold drinks are aerated drinks. Okay, soft drinks, which have the basically carbonic acid in them. Carbonic acid and citric acid. Okay, these are responsible for the aerated drinks. What will be the pH value here? Around 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Okay, not very specific, but around 3 to 4. Carrot juice. Will that be acidic, basic, neutral? What will be the carrot juice? pH of the carrot juice. Around this value. To be very specific, you can just take it is either 6 to 7, between 6 to 7, but to be very specific, between 6.1 to 6.3. Okay, leave 5, just write it as. Okay. Coffee. Is coffee acidic? Around 5. Okay, the pH is around 5. It is basically, to be very concise, accurate, between 4.8 to 5.1. Okay. Take the average value as around 5. Yes. Tomato juice. Is it acidic or is it basic or is it neutral? Yes, Vacho. Around 4.5. Okay. Around 4.5. The pH of the tomato juice is around 4.5. What is the acid present in the tomato juice? Oxalic acid. Now, tap water. What should be the pH of the tap water? Should it be slightly acidic, basic, or should it be neutral? Tap water.
Neutral.
Neutral. Does tap water have some dissolved salts in it?
Yes, it has dissolved salt. That's
So
why it's
definitely,
neutral.
okay, that's it. Fine. It is slightly basic. Okay, up slightly more than 7. So to be very specific, it is around 7.5. Okay,
So, ma'am,
slightly.
even slight changes will also change its value from acid base or base to neutral, neutral to base.
Slight change, as in slight change in what?
Like for example, you said neutral value, like 7 is the neutral, like in the state, it's neutral. So if 7.1, then it becomes basic
Yep,
completely.
it is very slightly basic, but it is basic. Okay. 1 molar NaOH, 14. Okay. 1 molar NaOH is 14. What should be the pH of 1 molar HCl? Pure HCl. Yes, Vacho. Any idea? If I'm saying 1 molar NaOH is 14, can I say it is almost 1, 0 to 1? Yes. Very ideal range.
Really?
Fine. So any confusion in here? Any confusion? I think that should be clear. Fine. Moving on to the next part. See, this is important. Gastric juice, very specific 1.2. Okay. And basically, gastric juice has got what acid? It is the presence of HCl. Okay, in the gastric juice, which makes the gastric juice acidic. And the pH of the gastric juice is 1.2 because of the presence of the HCl. Okay. Lemon juice 2.2. What acid is present in lemon juice? Citric acid mainly. There's also ascorbic acid, citric acid. Okay. Both of these acids. Fine. Pure blood and water. Pure water, it is 7. Blood, it is basically 7.5. See, water, when we are saying pure water, that is 7. Okay. Generally, when we see water around us, that cannot be that pure. That can have it as 7. So therefore, we wrote it as 7.5 around. Okay, that's a simple point here. Blood is slightly
Ma'am,
basic.
what about
That is,
sparkling water?
blood is
Ma'am,
slightly, yes. What is sparkling water?
yeah,
What is sparkling water? I, I'm hearing for the first time. What does it have?
it tastes a little bitter than the pure water we drink.
Like I have no idea regarding it. I have no idea regarding the ingredients of that. So I can't really help you with that
So it's
as
acidic or
of now.
basic?
I have got no idea regarding that because I'm like hearing for the first time. Is sparkling water? No idea regarding that. Is it somewhat similar to the soft drinks?
Yeah, kind of. But
Then
it's a water.
definitely acidic. Definitely acidic. Fine. If it is similar to soft drinks, I'm not saying I'm sure because I'm hearing that for the first time. So I'll check that and then I can tell you because I'm hearing that word for the first time. Fine. So yes, important point here that is regarding the blood. Blood is slightly basic. Blood is slightly basic. What is the pH of blood here?
7.4.
7.4. And if it is below 7.4, below 7.4, is that okay? Is that okay? Hmm.
Because it says
And if it is above 7.4, is that okay?
it'll be a strong base then.
See, blood, a blood needs a specific range of pH, okay? A blood needs a specific range of pH. This is the average value of the pH. When the amount of carbon dioxide in our blood goes up, obviously it becomes slightly more acidic, okay? So the values keep on fluctuating a bit, but there's a specific range between 7.35 to between 7.45. That is the range. Therefore, we are taking it as 7.4. Fine. Now, see what happens if the pH of the blood falls below 7 or below 6.7. It can lead to death, and that is what is called as acidosis. Okay, that is what is called as acidosis. So basically, it can lead to death. The pH of the blood is disturbed, and if it goes above 7 and around 7.5, 7.6, 7.8, okay, then the pH of the blood again becomes very basic for the blood and the body to function, and that can also lead to death, and that is alkalosis. Clear? Simple point. What happens if the kidney is not working properly? The amount of with the pH of the blood will vary, will fluctuate. Okay, because some components in the blood will be added that can make it either acidic or more basic, and the pH of the blood will fluctuate. That will eventually have a negative effect on the health. Therefore, that is why it is very important for the kidney to function properly. Fine. Coming on to the next one. Milk of magnesia. What is milk of magnesia? Yesterday I told you. What is the chemical formula for milk of magnesia? Afshin, are you there in the class, bache?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why did you join so late, beta?
Magnesium hydroxide, MgOH.
Exactly. MgOH whole twice, bache. MgOH whole twice. Okay, that is magnesium hydroxide, right? And that is milk of magnesia. So it is not very very basic, but it is a good base. Okay, pH of 10 means it's a good base, fine. And this you will see as antioxidant, not antioxidant. That is antacidic. Antacid. What is antacid? Antacids basically are medicines that are used to reverse the very high acidity of our digestive system. If too much of gastric juice has been produced, then it will lead to too much of acidity in the digestive system. Therefore, to reverse that, we need to have something basic, and for that, milk of magnesia was used. Okay. Therefore, it acts as an antacid to reverse the acidity in our digestive system. Fine. Coming on to the next point, sodium hydroxide solution about 14. Fine. About 14. Any problem here, all of you? Afshin, is it understood to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Saad, network is having some fine. Moving on to the next point. The strength of the acids and the bases depends on the number of the H plus and the OH minus ions produced, already discussed. If you take hydrochloric acid and acetic acid, see, we have two terms. Either the pH value could be high or low. That's a different thing. That is depending on the H plus ions concentration. The other is a strong acid or weak acid. Okay. Other is a strong acid or weak acid. What is the basic difference between strong acids and weak acids? See, let's say I have an acid with 10 molecules. Okay, 10 molecules of HCl. Pay attention here, bachcho. 10 molecules of HCl. If I dissolve these 10 molecules of HCl in water, all the 10 molecules will dissociate into H plus and Cl minus ions. If I dissolve these 10 molecules of HCl, all the molecules will dissociate into H plus and Cl minus ions. Okay, that is one. If I take acetic acid has been discussed many times, so I hope you should be clear with this. If I take acetic acid, okay, and if I take 10 molecules of acetic acid, let's say, example, 10 molecules of acetic acid, only around 4 to 5 would dissociate, right? Only around 4 to 5 would dissociate completely. Fine. Therefore, it is a weak acid. Therefore, it is a weak acid. What is a strong acid? What is a weak acid? Any acid that will completely dissociate itself into when it is dissolved in the aqueous form is a strong acid. Anything that will not dissociate completely when it is dissolved in the aqueous form, it's a weak acid. I hope that should be clear. Say 1 molar, then these produce different amounts of hydrogen ions. Okay, acids that give rise to more H plus ions are said to be strong acids, and acids that give less H plus ions are said to be weak acids. Fine, we have already discussed. Generally, generally minded, the inorganic acids and the mineral acids, which is HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. Okay, these are stronger acids. And generally, the organic acids, the acetic acid, the methanoic acid, the all of these acids, okay, citric acid, ascorbic acid, they are weak acids. Okay, benzoic acids. So these are weak acids. Fine. Moving on to the next
Ma'am,
point. Yes, yes.
mineral acids in sense what?
Sorry.
Mineral acids, what do you
Are
mean by
what?
those acids?
Okay, mineral acids.
Yeah.
HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. Okay. Basically, what are minerals? Minerals are what? Basically, compounds through which we extract metals or elements, right? Those are minerals. You know that, right? Now, basically, these acids are made using those elements. Okay, HNO3. It is made of an element other than carbon. Okay, so that is basically inorganic acid. You understand that? Anything which is mainly comprising of carbon is called as an organic part. Okay, organic compounds. Now, these compounds do not have any role of carbon as such. Yes, therefore, these are not derived from the living matter. That's it. Okay, organic matter. Therefore, these are inorganic acids or the
So
mineral
acetic
acids.
acid is an organic acid.
Yes, acetic acid is an
Acetic acid
organic
is
acid.
a or,
Acetic acetic acid. Are you asking for acetic acid? Which
oh yeah, acetic.
yeah, acetic acid. Citric
Yeah,
acid. Where
acetic
are these
acid
found?
is
These are
an
found in
organic
the
acid.
organic matter, right? We get acetic acid from the fermentation of these. The vinegar. Basically, vinegar is a natural product. It has acetic acid, right? What is citric acid? It is present in the lemons. What is this oxalic acid? It is present in the tomatoes. Okay, so all of these are naturally found acids in the organic matter. Okay, you will not found H2SO4 in the organic matter as such. I think that should be clear. Okay, fine. They are also called as mineral acids or the inorganic acids, whereas these are called as the organic acids. Okay, organic
Okay.
basically tends to is anything that is mainly made up of carbon. And carbon, basically is the part of the living matter. So anything living, petroleum is carbon. Okay, organic matter. Fine. Moving on to the importance of pH in everyday life. What is the importance of pH in everyday life? Can you tell me by your day-to-day life experiences? Afshin, bache, are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Any idea regarding the pH importance? We just now discussed the pH of the blood and why is it so important for the pH of the blood to be maintained? Yes. We saw that one example. What will happen? Let's assume if the pH of our gastric juice is decreased. Basically, sorry, the pH of the gastric juice is increased. What will happen? If it is in decreased, we feel too much of acidity, and that is a problem. If it is decreased, okay, what will happen if the ions concentration is decreased? The functioning of our digestive system will not be very efficient because HCl plays a very important role in the digestive process. Are you getting it? Therefore, The pH is very important. pH plays a very important role in day-to-day life processes that we take very much for granted. Okay, so let's quickly say our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. After 7.8, it is alkalosis. Below 7, it is acidosis. Okay, living organisms can survive only in a narrow range of the pH change. See, what is acid rain? Hmm.
Acid rain, the first rain of the season.
Generally, the first rain of the season is said to be acid rain. Okay. What is an
Yeah.
acid rain? The rain which has higher amounts of concentration of the nitric acid, the sulfuric acid, the carbonic acid, which are formed because of the excess pollution. Okay, because excess pollution will give rise to the production of the compounds of sulfur and the and nitrogens, right? Which will, when present in the aquasome, will form the acid. See, let's say sulfur dioxide is formed in the atmosphere because of the pollution. Okay, nitrogen dioxide is formed in the atmosphere because of the pollution. When it is mixed with the rain, definitely it will form the sulfuric acid. It will form the nitric acid. Yes, the rain which is having higher amounts of these acids, carbonic acid, is called as acid rain. Okay. And acid rain is only called as acid rain when the pH of the rain is less than 5.6. Less than 5.6, then only it is acid rain. If I say that the pH of the rain is 6, it is not acid rain. It is not acid rain. Although the pH is 6, but then that is the normal pH of the rain. It will only be called as acid rain when the pH will fall below
5.6.
5.6.
Ma'am, what if it's 5.7?
It is not acid. Obviously, the range is there. Okay, the range 5.7. These are all very minute differences. But if you are asking to be very ideal, obviously 5.7 will not be considered as an acid rain, but definitely it will be on the verge of acid rain.
Okay.
Okay. But why are we saying that if the pH is above 5.6, why can't we call it acid rain? Why is that normal?
Because it has a particular range.
Why does it have a particular range? See, I'll quickly give you this example and hopefully you will understand it. Some amount of carbon dioxide is already present in the atmosphere, which is naturally present in the atmosphere, right? That is 0.003%, right? That is carbon dioxide. And that will give rise to carbonic acid. You getting it? Some amount of acid is naturally present in the atmosphere, that's fine. It is when excess of the acids and the different types of acids are produced, strong acids are produced like sulfuric acid and nitric acid, that will lead to the decrease in the pH value. And that is when rain becomes harmful. Therefore, it is called as the acid rain. Okay. Now, what is the effect of acid rain? Can you just give me a minute? Yes. Now, what is the effect of acid rain? When acid rain flows into rivers, it lowers the pH of the river water. Sad, what does it mean by lowers the pH of the river water?
Yes, ma'am. What does it
What
do?
is the meaning of lowers the pH of river water? What do we mean by this? What is happening if the pH of
It
the
means the pH of the water is
yeah, but what does it actually
less
mean
than
physically?
7.
Yeah, but what is happening if the pH is decreasing? My question is that.
It's acidic.
Hmm.
Ma'am, it will come acidic.
Yeah, how will it become acidic, bache? Let's assume it is acidic. Then why are we saying lowers the pH of the river water? How can the
Ma'am, when the
pH of
pH,
the how can the pH be lowered? What is that? What is something which is happening to the river water through which the pH is going down?
ma'am, the
Why
water is acidic. That's why.
why does the water become acidic? My question.
And because its pH is less than 7 and it is
What is
decreasing,
actually leading to the pH to be below 7? What is it that leads to the pH to be below 7 or to be called as acidic?
less than 7, pH of less than 7.
Mm. Acha, tell me, how is acid rain lowering the pH of the river water?
Ma'am, acidic rain has the pH of 5.6. So when it
Mhm.
joins the river water, the
So if
pH
it
is
so we can say
decreased
that the
of the
we
river.
can say that the river water will dilute the acid. What's the problem in that? We can say that the river water will dilute the acid. What's the problem in that? If the acid has been diluted, no worries. The concentration of H
Yes,
plus ions will decrease, the pH value will increase. What is the problem with that? Why are we saying that acid rain is not very healthy or not very good? It's rather toxic. Hmm. Alpha,
Yes.
any answer to these questions?
Is it
What is
basically
happening?
like the river
Uh-huh.
water is less acidic than
Mm-hmm.
the acid rain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why when it gets diluted in the river water, it becomes acidic. I feel like that. I don't know.
Okay, fine. Actually, my question is, what is it that is basically decreasing the pH of the river water? What is it chemically that is decreasing the pH of the river water? H plus
As
ions, बच्चों, simply H plus ions. H plus ions from the acid rain. When the pH of the acid rain is when the pH of the rain is decreasing below a certain point, then we are calling it as an acid rain, okay? And when it is acid rain, when the pH value has decreased, definitely the H plus ions concentration will increase. Now, addition of these H plus ions to the river water will obviously decrease its concentration. I mean, decrease its pH value, right? And that range is not sufficient or not very optimum for the survival of the aquatic life. Are you getting this? Sad, is this point clear?
yes, ma'am.
So see, the survival of the aquatic life in such rivers becomes difficult. Why? Because obviously there's this narrow pH range in which they can survive. Therefore, the pH has been disturbed. Come on to the next point. Acids in other planets. The atmosphere of Venus is made up of thick white and yellowish clouds of sulfuric acid. Do you think life can exist on this planet? Yes. Yes or no? Yes? Hmm? Who is going to visit Venus?
Yes, ma'am.
no, it's not.
Huh? It's not
Huh?
possible. Sulfuric acid is a very strong acid, and human life cannot really exist in that pH, right? Definitely. Moving on to the next one. Salva, you were saying something? Now, see, this is important. What is the pH of the soil in your backyard? Basically, the point is the plants, they have a way, like a range in which they can grow. Different plants will obviously require some different levels of pH in which they can grow properly. Okay. Now, to say that what soil is very healthy, if you take the ideal range, it might range from 6 to 7.5. Okay. The ideal range. Some plants may require a bit of a basicity, as we see in 7.5, and some plants may require somewhat of acidity, as we see in the value of 6. Okay, so the range is between 6 to 7.5. Okay, now this is all the activity regarding that. Any confusion in that? You can ask. Fine. Move on to the next point. My question is, Bacho, why are they saying that to test the pH of the soil, we need to take some amount of soil in test tube and add 5 ml of water to it? Why are we saying to add 5 ml of water to it? Why can't we just test the soil like this without adding water to it?
We're checking the acidic, basic, or the neutral value of the soil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's what we need to do. But my question is, why can't we do that without adding water to the soil? We need to check the pH of the soil, not of the water.
Is it because the soil will not become dissolvable or something?
Almost on the right. See, what will happen? What do we need to check? We need to check the pH value, right? And what is pH value? Either we need to check the H plus ions concentration or the H minus ions concentration. How do we get OH minus or H plus ions concentration? When whatever compounds are present in the soil that make it acidic or basic, when they will release these ions, okay? And when will they release these ions? When it is in the aqueous form, okay? Therefore, only we'll be able to check the concentration of the H plus or the OH minus ions when the compound has been dissolved in water, okay? Fine. Moving on to the next one. pH in our digestive system. The stomach produces hydrochloric acid, already discussed, because of which the gastric juice is 1.2. It helps in the digestion of food without harming the stomach. During indigestion, the stomach produces too much of the acid, and this causes pain and irritation. Definitely higher the acidity, obviously more irritation. To get rid of this pain, people use bases, obviously to neutralize it. See, neutralization reaction will happen, okay? Bases called antacids. Why are we saying that? Let's say too much of acidity is there. Can I say too much of H plus ions is there? What will the bases do there?
The
Bases,
bases will basically neutralize the acid.
how can they, can you tell me in the equation form, how can they neutralize the acids? Whatever you are saying is right. But can you tell me in the equation form, beta? See, should I explain it or do you know the answer?
No, I
If you
don't know
know,
the
please
answer.
try. No, please try. No
No, no.
worries. Please try.
No,
Always
it's
try
okay
that.
for me.
Arey, bache. It's okay if you say the
No,
answer.
you can.
Yes,
You
try
can.
that. I know I can. I'm asking you to do that. Take a try. Afshin will try. Yes, Afshin. How is the base neutralizing the acid? Saad, how is the base neutralizing the acid?
And the base is high in
It gives the
pH.
product salt
So it,
and water.
Ma'am, when base and acids are there, then the OH, O plus, no, O
Mm-hmm.
plus and then OH minus, they
Uh-huh.
form salt, and
Uh-huh.
then they, and then
Uh-huh.
H2O also gets created,
I
and
get your
then
point. You are a bit
yeah,
nervous, but I get your point. Fine, no worries. Well tried. Yes,
Yeah.
Saad, what was your point?
and the pH of base is more, so it will
Mm-hmm.
neutralize the acid.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my question is how is it actually neutralizing it? That's fine. Whatever you are saying is absolutely right. Yes, Alpha. Go ahead with
Even
your
I
answer.
said that it will release the products like the salt and water, due to which
All of you are somewhat saying the right thing. Let's quickly understand exactly what is happening. Although this has been discussed yesterday, but you see, H plus ions from the acids will be there, right? H plus ions from the acids will be there, and more the acid, more the H plus ions, right? What will happen if we take base? The base will also release OH minus ions. Base will also release OH minus ions. Asha, beta, pay attention this slide. Just a minute. Fine. So OH minus ions will be released by the base, okay? Now this H plus and this OH minus will together form the water. Okay, salt will be formed definitely the cationic part of the base and the anionic part of the this thing. Acid will definitely form the salt. But exactly what is being neutralized here? It is the H plus and the OH minus ions which is neutralizing each other by forming water. Yes. And what is the pH for water? That is 7. Is it clear to all of you? Afshin, you were saying the right things. You just got confused with the charges. Okay. No worries, but well tried.
thank you.
People use bases called antacids, already discussed. One such remedy must have been suggested by you at the beginning of this chapter, and these antacids neutralize the excess acid. These antacids neutralize the excess acids. What are antacids? Basically, they are bases. They are compounds which are bases, okay? Magnesium hydroxide, commonly called as milk of magnesia, a mild base is often used for this purpose. What is the pH for milk of magnesia? Sad. What is the pH for the milk of magnesia, bache? Hmm?
Hmm.
10.
pH form of magnesium hydroxide.
I'm not able to understand, you know, worries. But the pH here is 10. Therefore, it's a mild base, which is needed. Okay, fine. pH change is the cause of tooth decay. This is important. How many of you do like love chocolate? No one, huh? How many of you do you have like sweet tooth? Asa. Good. Try to limit it. It's good, but try to limit it. Okay. Saad and Afshin, they do not have meat at all. Afshin,
Chocolates are too sweet.
see what is happening here. We discussed that the pH of the saliva is somewhat acidic, right? The pH of the saliva is slightly acidic, and that has its purpose. Why is it acidic? Okay. When we eat something, obviously the saliva, the pH of the saliva decreases. That is, the acidic content increases, fine? Now, what happens when you specifically have something that is more sweet, okay? That is more sweet, that has more of the carbs, the excess refined carbs, especially, okay? the bacteria act on it, and that further decreases the pH of the saliva in the mouth. That further decreases the pH of the saliva in the mouth. And what is happening? The enamel, which is present in our tooth, okay, the last layer of the tooth, that is the enamel, okay. What is it basically? It is a base. It is a base, that is calcium hydroxyapatite, okay. Simple form, calcium phosphate. A crystalline form of the calcium phosphate is enamel, okay. What is enamel? A crystalline form of calcium phosphate. And you know calcium phosphate would be what? What would be calcium phosphate? It's a salt, but slightly basic salt. Okay, it's a salt, but slightly basic salt. Mind it, slightly basic salt, and we'll learn why is it slightly basic. Okay. Now, what happens if the pH of the mouth keeps on decreasing? Don't you think this will have to erode itself to neutralize the excess acid? The basic part of the enamel will have to erode itself to neutralize the excess acid, and that is what is the reason of tooth decay. See? In the body, it does not dissolve in water, but is corroded when the pH in the mouth is below 5.5. And when does it happen? When the bacteria present in the mouth produce acids by the degradation of sugar and food particles remaining in the mouth after eating. So, Arfa, the best thing is when you eat chocolate or sweet, just brush your teeth. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But too much of brushing is also not good, especially just after half an hour, never brush your teeth. After half an hour of eating, okay, never brush your teeth. The best way to prevent this is to clean the mouth after eating food using toothpaste which are generally basics. Why I was saying that the toothpaste which are generally basic should be used to clean the mouth after eating.
Because the food contains acid and it
Mhm.
neutralizes the acid containing
Fine.
the food having.
Excellent. But the food does not contain acid. It is the mouth then which is having higher amounts of acid, okay, higher concentration of acid. The degradation of the food particles is leading to the production of acid, okay. Just a small correction, otherwise fine. Moving on to the next point. Self-defense by animals and plants through chemical warfare. What is chemical warfare? Hmm. Have you ever been stung by? Always know that honeybee. I think I've already told you. Ants, red ants, okay, and all these insects like these, okay. When they sting us or when they bite us, basically it causes allergy and itchiness. It is because they have formic acid in them. Write it properly. They have formic acid in them. What acid? Formic acid in them. And formic acid, I just now told you, is an organic acid. Okay. The formula for this is SCOOH. The chemical name is methanoic acid. I've just now discussed this. The chemical name is methanoic acid. Yes. This acid is present in them. And that is why when they sting us or when they bite us, actually we feel the allergy and the itchiness and the pain. That is because this acid is there. Okay. So definitely acid is present, it will cause some problem. Bee sting leaves an acid which causes pain and irritation. Use of a mild base. See, we are saying use of a mild base. We are not saying use of a strong base like sodium hydroxide. Why? Why is it advised to use mild base and not a very strong base?
Because strong bases are corrosive.
Excellent. So we need mild base which can slowly neutralize the very harsh effects of the acid. If you use a strong base, that further will actually have the same effect. Okay. So by a mild base like baking soda, so therefore we get to know that the baking soda is a mild base. Fine. On the stung areas, give relief. Stinging hair of nettle leaves, inject methanoic acid causing burning pain. So nettle leaves again will cause the same irritation and pain. Why? Because they have the methanoic acid in them. Okay. Methanoic acid, bachcho, know the formula, know the common name, know the chemical name. Fine. Next one.
Ma'am,
Nature
I have a
provides
doubt.
neutralize. Huh?
I have a doubt.
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Do you know the acids in other planets? You said that sulfuric acid is a strong acid and a human
Mhm.
cannot survive the acid. In what sense human cannot survive the sulfuric acid?
In what sense? As in?
Yeah, like how can't a human handle the sulfuric acid?
Okay, how can the human not handle? I mean, how can the humans handle it or something like that, right? Why is it harmful? Basically, you're asking that. Why is it harmful, right?
How can a human not handle the sulfuric acid?
Why can a human not handle it? Fine. So human bodies are designed for a specific range of a pH value. Okay, we have already seen this. The blood, one important part of the human body, functions at a specific range of the this pH, right? Secondly, when humans survive, they need some food to eat. The plants cannot grow at such acidic levels. Second point. Thirdly, when the atmosphere will be very acidic, since it is having a concentrated H2SO4 or sulfuric acid, okay, the air that we are breathing in will definitely be very acidic. Therefore, our blood can further become acidic. The bodies can further become acidic, okay. So all of these are examples as to why humans cannot handle that. Hi, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
No worries, that's fine. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Moving on to the next one. Yes, but this is important. See, nature provides neutralization option. Nettle is a herbaceous plant which grows in the field. Yes, sorry for the disturbance, some problem. So quickly coming to this topic, basically it secretes the methanoic acid, okay? But right beside this nettle plant, okay, we have a dock plant which is basic in nature, Therefore, we can quickly apply the dock plant leaves on the part which has been stung by the nettle plant. Therefore, it can neutralize the excess of acid. And what acid is present in this? What acid is present here? What acid is present here in the nettle leaf?
Methanoic.
What's the formula for methanoic acid? Right. What's the formula for methanoic acid?
COOH.
Excellent. HCOOH. Okay, that is methanoic acid. I can just tell you one thing here. It might be of interest for you that methanoic acid is when we have one carbon, and acetic acid is the same formula, but just when we add one more carbon, it becomes acetic acid. Okay, so CH3COOH. You can see here there are two carbon atoms. It is acetic acid. Okay, and here it is just one carbon atom. It is methanoic acid. All of this is what we are going to study in the fourth chapter. So please keep on preparing here.
So,
Carbon.
ma'am, this is an organic acid as well,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. It is an organic acid. I discussed it. It is an organic acid. Okay, fine. So this has been done. The last point here. Vinegar, acetic acid. See, acetic acid and formic acid, you should have the formulas by heart. Okay. Acetic acid and formic acid, very important. Orange, citric acid, tamarind, tartaric acid, tomato, oxalic acid, all of them being organic acids. Lactic acid is an organic acid. Lactic acid is present in the
Muscles, cells.
lactic acid is produced in the muscles when we are doing anaerobic exercises.
In the milk.
Yes, in the milk. Fine. In the milk. Okay. Lemon,
Milk.
citric acid, but well done. That is also produced in the muscles when we perform anaerobic exercise. Fine. And sting, nettle sting, methanoic acid. Okay. Methanoic acid. Be ready with the formulas HCOOH. Fine. Last point here. Go through these questions very quickly. You have two solutions A and B. The pH of the solution A is 6. Very, very easy question. But yes, Acho. Go through the questions, Acho. Afshin, go through the question, beta. Which solution has more hydrogen ion concentration? 6 and 8 pH. Which one will be having more H plus ion concentration?
6.
6. Excellent, Afshin. 6. Okay, because it is clearly acidic, it is basic. So fine. Which of this is acidic and which one is basic? Already answered. Next, what effect does the concentration of H plus aqueous ions have on the nature of the solution? It pH value will be
Increases the solution, turns it acidic, and similarly,
and the
if
pH value
H2 ion
decreases.
concentration decreases, then the solution turns basic.
Turns basic?
No, when the the acidic concentration decreases.
Yes, yes, fine. Do basic solutions also have H plus ions? Yes, they have it. Okay, we have already discussed this. But when they are basic, the H plus ions concentration is lower than that of the OH minus ions concentration. Therefore, they become basic. Yes. Under what soil conditions do you think a farmer would treat the soil of his field with cool? See, bacho, look here. Look here. Very important. This question is very important. You will see the direct application here. What is calcium oxide? What is the nature of calcium oxide? All of you know this. What is the nature of calcium oxide? Is it acid or is it basic? Is it neutral? What is it? What is calcium? Just let me know what is calcium. Metal, non-metal, compound, water, what is it?
The non-metal.
Uh-huh. It's a metal. It's a
So
metal,
then it's
bacho.
basic.
Excellent. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Excellent. What is calcium hydroxide? It's a base. Calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice. Definitely it's a base. Okay.
The base.
It's a base. Excellent. What is calcium carbonate? It's a salt which is slightly basic.
All.
It's a salt which is
Yeah.
slightly basic. It's a salt which is slightly basic. Okay. So when does the farmer would add all of these things to the soil? When the acidity of the soil would increase and he want to neutralize the excess of acidity in the soil. Therefore, he would be adding these substances or these compounds to the soil to neutralize the excess acid and to maintain the pH of the soil. I hope this question is understood by all of you. Any confusion here?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
Afshin understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Saad
ma'am.
understood? Although Saad would have understood, but yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I knew it. See? Fine. Last topic is left. Inshallah, we'll be starting it in the next class. More about shorts, okay? But hopefully in the next class, we'll finish the chapter. I hope I'm not going too fast and I hope all of you are understanding the things, although you people are not much interested in doing so, but then also. Hmm.
Wait, no, teacher, it's fine.
Fine? Fine. Okay. So the last topic is left, inshallah, in the next class. Hopefully the topic will be finished. And I'll actually try to have one more class so that we can just practice the questions. Okay. We'll be practicing some questions.